Vuyo, as the ATM, you guys are not part of the GNU. Would this have been an intentional decision from your side? Do you also agree that, look, the name doesn't really matter? It's not a grand coalition. It actually is a government of national unity, or do you have a differing view? And what has been your take since the elections of how the so-called GNU has been running South Africa?
Firstly, evening to everyone, including my colleagues. I think trust is a currency that the government needs in order for it to deliver services and drive the country towards the direction in which they think it is the best for the country. Therefore, the question of what is it a GNU, it is a coalition, is important because you are trying to build trust, and in building trust, you need to be honest with the citizens to say, but this is a coalition between the ANC and the DA, and the other parties are just there, adding numbers there. You'll recall that when before the elections, there was something called the MPC, which was a coalition of parties with the sole intention of making sure the ANC is not in power. Now, after the elections, the DA went and said, we want to make sure that whatever happens in the country, there is no coalition of the ANC with the leftist parties. They said they are trying to avoid a doomsday coalition. So their participation in this GNU was not premised on saying this is how we can move the country forward, but rather it was premised on saying because we do not want so-and-so in a coalition or in government with the ANC, we'll rather go in there ourselves and chase the other people away. So it becomes important that when we are talking about the coalition of the ANC and the DA, we bring about the historical imperatives as to what happened for this coalition to actually be there. You'll also recall that when there was the swearing in of members of parliament, it is only the DA and the ANC that had concluded, signed in agreement. The other parties were brought all along. If you can ask my brother if in the statement of intent, what clause there does the PAC say, but this one resonates with us, or it is our contribution? In fact, ask all other parties. The statement of intent, which was promoted by the ANC, is largely influenced by the ANC and the DA. That is why even Fikile Mbalula, when he was trying to speak about the statement of intent, it was Helen Zille who kept correcting her that, no, clause so-and-so says 1, 2, 3. So the other parties, rightfully, are just there to provide a decoration. You'll recall that even in the context of what it is to have a government of national unity, you want to unite people. How can you unite people and you ignore MK, for example? Regardless whether you like it or not, there are people, it is the third biggest party in the country, whether you like Mr. Zuma or you hate him. But if you are talking about uniting the electorate, you need to respect the voices of the people who voted for MK to be there. So the concept of a GNU includes everyone. But in the concept of a coalition, like we have now, it includes certain people and excludes certain people.